Welcome back everybody to Forza Motorsport. So we're continuing on with the Australian Tour, and this championship is Aussie Classics. So it looks like we're going to be getting in some 70s muscle cars. So yeah, let's see what we're going to be driving in. So yeah, we've got a free car choice here. I've already bought one of them, but yeah, still it's nice to have a few choices to pick from. So yeah, we've got the 1973 Ford XB Falcon GT, which has 300 horsepower from a 5.8 litre V8, doesn't even weigh all that much, only 3,047 pounds. Then we have the less powerful and slightly heavier Holden MHQ Monaro GTS 350. So bigger, slightly smaller engine as well, less power, less torque, and about 103 pounds in extra weight as well. Handling is the same, but the braking is slightly worse, and therefore also the acceleration and speed are worse as well due to the reduction in power. And then we have the 1972 Ford Falcon XA GT-HO. I think only one of these were actually built, and that is because these were unfairly branded as monsters on the road, as it has a 410 horsepower 5.8 litre V8 engine, produces more torque than the Holden but slightly less than the Falcon GT, and being a saloon car it does weigh more than the other two as well. But there's no doubt that this is the most powerful car here, 110 extra horsepower even over the Falcon GT, despite the more than 400 pounds in extra weight. But still, as you can see, handling and braking is as good as, if not better. Top speed is way better, and acceleration is the same. So we're going to go for this one because it is the rarest here, it's the most powerful, and being a saloon car it is cool that it has more than 400 horsepower, especially given its age. You know, you're talking more than 50 years ago now, and yet, you know, you've got a 400 plus horsepower saloon car here, which, yeah, damn well nearly unheard of back in the day. So, and as you see, we have a wide variety of colours to choose from, although unfortunately because of the way this game uses the cameras and stuff, you can't effectively see what the car looks like until it switches camera again, which is really annoying. But because it's Australian, we're going to go for some bright colours with a bit of a stripe to it as well. So we'll go for the orange and black colour scheme. Certainly can't then have people saying that cars couldn't see me if I'm in orange. Right, so we're at the absolutely boring and god-awful Eagle Rock Speedway for 11 laps. So as per usual, we will not upgrade the car, we'll just see what it can do in standard form. But before we do, let's take a look at the acceleration time. So 6.6 seconds to 60, 14.1 seconds to 100, and a top speed of 165 miles an hour. Now that would be fairly good today. So back in 1972, you can kind of see why so many people got in a bit of a hissy fit with this car, given it is also a saloon car, so therefore a family car. And yet it's got more than 400 horsepower and can do 165 miles an hour, which is obviously, you know, pretty much par for the course nowadays. But yeah, obviously cars were not that safe back then, so having a car of this speed, being able to carry a family of what, 5, would obviously understandably kick up a bit of a storm. But it is a great shame that it didn't get a full production, because yeah, no doubt that it is a fairly impressive vehicle. So let's see what we can do on this boring track, because it is a basic oval which isn't even that long, with a slight kink in it basically. It's incredibly small, as you can see. Even on a car with this amount of power, I'm going to get it to a great deal of speed. Odd choices for a what is this supposed to be, an Aussie Classics. We've got a Mercury Cougar, we've got a Pontiac Trans Am, we've got a Chevrolet Camaro. So yeah, not what I call Aussie Classics, but clearly this Australian Tour has kind of played fast and loose with the terms that it has on the go. most of our power here. But based on standard power outputs, we are the most powerful one here in terms of horsepower at the very least. You can see by the way that this car revs, it's prioritised horsepower over torque. There are obviously torquier vehicles here, because we were up to nearly 7,000 RPM, which is a very European level of RPM for the 1970s. And obviously prioritize that kind of performance over having a lot of torque on the go. Never understood how anyone could actually like this track. It was very boring. Way too small of an oval to have any kind of fun with the oval element. Incredibly monotonous. Car's not also able to make the most of its power here, because not only is it a small track, but we obviously don't have the greatest handling. This is one of the few cars from 60s, 70s in terms of muscle cars that had more than 400 horsepower. Other cars that were more powerful than this would be your Challenger Chargers and the Chevelle SS. Everything else that was popular, I believe, was under 400 horsepower. So yeah, this joins that elite club basically. It was not a full production car. Ford did not have the guts to stick by by this car, and caved in as soon as people started to complain about it. Same kind of thing happened in the 90s in the UK when it came to the Lotus Vauxhall Carter, which also had a lot of power while being a saloon car.
Three left.
Really hates taking that turn continuously. So if you're drifting around it or getting unnerved. Oh dear, bothering that twitching. It's 7th place back.
Total time penalty is about half a second.
To rewind, made one mistake, lost a place.
One more. Finish strong.
Okay, enough to set for 8th now. I hate this track. It's all the tracks you could have from this game, new or old tracks to the Forza series, that's the one that's taking up some of the space. I have no idea why anyone likes it, or why the developers thought it was a track that anyone would be excited about driving either. But yeah, there we go, 8th place, so not particularly great. Could have had 7th, but even that wouldn't have been brilliant either. So yeah, let's get to the upgrade menu and yeah, see what we can do to improve our chances at winning this championship. Because quite frankly, stock wise, this car does have its issues, handling and braking being chief among them. So let's make that not the case anymore. Obviously we don't have a huge amount of PI to play with, so we'll lower the car a little bit on some better springs and then we'll concentrate on the tyres. And then I don't think we really need any extra power, to be honest. Whack out some weight of the driveline, make up for the extra weight in the tyres and the rear bumper. Right, so I think we might well be lighter than before, but regardless we do have better tyres, better brakes and better suspension. So yeah, upgrading the crucial areas there, because at the end of the day we do have more than 400 horsepower. We don't really need to improve the speed of the thing, and at the end of the day, as you can see, we're also quicker to 60 now, only marginally, and marginally quicker to 100 as well, so the reduction in weight is helping. So yeah, let's get to the Sebring International Raceway short circuit for 6 laps. See if we can do any better here. We should be able to, because there are 2 big straights here. Bigger straights here, and yeah, we're going to get up to more speed here than we ever could on Eagle Rock.
Push the pace and be aggressive out there. You see an opportunity to pass, take it, or someone else will.
And there are more overtaking opportunities here as well, so should do better. Now, obviously some cars have gone for some aerodynamic tweaks to their cars. As you can see, there are new Forza spoilers on the rear and splitters on the front. We've just gone for the rear bumper because that does help improve the handling and braking somewhat. The launch is not the best in this. I imagine because it has such a high strung, relatively low torquey V8 engine to it. So most cars here have either more torque than us or more than 400 pounds for the push torque, so torque in general, incredibly powerful. Cars are in the way. A case of a car that has more power than the handling technology to accommodate it. So with the likes of the Ferrari Daytona, also in excess of 400 horsepower, but the suspension and the brakes on that do not help accommodate that power whatsoever. First place is quite the lead so far. We do at least have a podium position, which is obviously far better than last time. Get to upgrade further than gearbox, change of gearbox, and I think be advantageous. Help it get off the line a bit better while improving its gear ratios, which are obviously quite long. Same issue with that Chrysler Valley as well. A lot of power from an even smaller engine, in fact, than us. But yeah, the gearbox was not that great. Blanked out a little bit there, I do apologise. Yeah, I do really like this car. It is flawed, obviously, you know, you're dealing with more than 400 horsepower saloon car from the early 70s. It's not going to have suspension and the braking to help deal with that. And even though we have cured some of its ills, we are at the end of the day still dealing with the same kind of tyre compound that we had originally, regardless of the tyres now being wider. The suspension has also been obviously marginally improved, but it's still nowhere near race levels of suspension. And we still do weigh in excess of 3,400 pounds as well, so it's a lightweight. Gained a little bit on second and first though. Lost a little bit of ground, so yeah, the amount of PI though that we have to play with really do a massive amount to this car to make it good enough to take advantage of its properly powerful engine, unfortunately.
Final lap.
See, there was no time gain there at all. I would have been closer than I am now to the person ahead. Well, as long as we can hold on to this position, then yeah, this will be a successful enough of a race in comparison to last time at least. Still, there are places for improvement with that car, but whether or not we get any extra PI to play with in the next episode, we'll have to see. But still, we are gone up 9 places from where we started to 3rd place, and that means we jump 3 places overall to 5th position for the championship overall. Fairly close between me, 4th and 3rd, but 2nd and 1st are obviously quite some way ahead. Especially 2nd after coming 1st in that race, so yeah, but still, somewhat everything still to play for in this championship, but nonetheless, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.